You're the singer?
Yeah.
Hi, this is John Taylor, VM Todo Tien. Oh, fuck it. Hola, soy John Taylor y les mando un saludo a mis amigos de México.
Right, defying all the elements of weather, hassles, like the Rocky Mountain Man. We're doing a very special show for Countdown tonight, being Saturday night. Reason being is we've got a special group. They don't need any introduction, but Simon, say hello.
Hello, we've met before.
Roger.
Hello.
Nicky.
Hello again.
Yeah.
Hello, we
Who's this little character?
This is Andy, hi.
And John.
I'm John, hello.
When did you learn an instrument?
I learned to use my instrument when I was...
And most successfully, I heard.
5, actually, but it was plastic at the time. But I got a real one when I was 11.
I was what you call a late developer. I didn't pick up mine until I was about 16.
I was born with my instrument and it just got used sort of again and again and again.
I started playing with mine when I was 17.
Roger's still a Roger needs 2 hands for his.
We've asked 1 million women in England what would they most like to be set adrift in a boat with. 3 packets of digestives, a gallon of water, or them.
Is this going to be on sale to the public too?
Yeah, everything is. There's nothing that's important to me if it doesn't get that way.
Well, this is the first one that they've ever had, and I think it's having a few problems.
Teething trouble with
From what we can...
You're tensing, you're good? Everyone good? Yeah. Happy? Solid cheeky.
Do you like any of the videos that you've seen? I mean, you've had to see them because they're right outside.
With this huge screen, I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's enormous. Right up.
Okay. You tend to get lost out loud.
Because you got criticism about going to all the places when you did go, do you think it's made you a bit touched? That orchard's going to come out in a minute.
We've got a tiger, we've got, I think we've got a snake.
Do you know about the tiger?
Snake? What do you mean?
Well,
a tiger?
No, because the day I went...
No, we've never met before, I deny everything.
The Wild Boys.
That's the Wild Boys, yeah. Our new single, released, I think, it was released after we did this interview. Live from Saint-Tropez! No, it was,
All right. Try to keep this short.
Okay.
You guys have a lot of talking to do today. Yeah.
we're not saying that we are the Wild Boys, by the way. We're the Mild Boys. With the Mad Max factor.
Took me a few weeks, didn't it, to get my part together?
That's not true. That's not true. It's not true. It was minutes, and then I started seeing something, and it was just, you know, that's it. Engines going, planes up in the air again.
It just felt so familiar.
And it was, yes, really, just a familiar feeling.
New engines.
Yeah.
Nice, new, clean engines, and lots of fuel.
Reconditioned.
Oh, okay. It's the Billa.
Sorry? Your zip's not in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for when it arrives. No one ever tells us.
Right.
You know, it'll just arrive one day and we'll see someone with it and say, hey, use that up. Can I borrow that for a minute? Yeah.
John and I, you know, well.
My.
Somebody want to get that?
Is there a cordless around there, Carson?
Facts or something.
Pass it to me. I hope you're getting on this. Hello. You know, you've caught
the airport.
Yes, she is, but she's outside. Have you tried her mobile?
Is it harder keeping up the stamina? Is it just something you get into after a couple months, or is it?
No, there's pedigree dog food. That's good for the stamina.
Is Wendy out there? No?
Okay.
Okay, so can somebody deal with it?
Yeah, bye. Okay. Tell her called Kathy. Kathy.
So, in a way, we try and pull each other up to the bar and to that level. And that's very much what happens with the shows. I mean,
or pull each other down.
Depending upon who's doing the pulling, of course. But that's very much what happened with the shows.
Charming. Hola, soy John Taylor. Y les mando un saludo. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Where's this out of... Terry, could you hold that? So I don't have to... Like a... Tell you what, if you could do it just a little closer to the... There. All right? Hola, soy John Taylor y les mando un saludo a mis amigos de Mexico. Nos vemos on Mexico 86. Shall I do that? I'll do that again.
Both your surnames are Taylor, and there is another Taylor in the band. What relations? Any relations?
No, same Milton, really.
We've got a very handy father.
It is an amazing thing to have three of the same surname in a group that aren't related.
Yeah, it was
it's actually confusing at times as well. Like hotels, and I get calls for him, he gets calls for me.
Right.
I thought actually when he joined, he was with us for about a month. I didn't know his surname, you know. And we'd already got Roger in the band, and I thought he was taking a mick, you know, when he kept saying Andy Taylor. I still think he was actually.
Really cool.
I must check his passport.
Real name is Smith or something?
A little bit more disciplined, a little less abusive, a bit more sleep, perhaps take a night off now and again from the fun-loving party, but you know the rules when you're a bit older, don't you? And you just, you know, you don't push yourself into oblivion. Well...
Not every night.
He pushes me into oblivion
instead.
Does drugs and alcohol play a part?
Not drugs, not alcohol. We don't drink and take drugs. We really don't. Honestly, God.
And we had a lot of fun with this show because we actually drew it. It was very Spinal Tap. We drew the stage set on the back of a magazine on an aeroplane one day. Yeah, let's have a round stage. We've never had one of those before. And well, what about if we have some screens and a round lighting rig, and we'll have 2 Ds on the stage and.
This way. That way. That way. That way. No, this way. No, that way. I want to go to the toilet. I gotta go for a piss.
What was it somebody said about the 3? They used to be the Fabulous 5, now they're the something 3. And I really liked it.
You know it was crucial.
Crucial! Whoa, I like that. The crucial 3. God, that's really...
Gillian Cope.
We figure Dom's been playing with us actually longer now than Andy ever played with us.
Longer than Andy?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're clocking on 9 years now with this guy, so...
Yeah. So, can you consider him as a Duran Duran?
That's a $1 million question. I mean, he thinks he wants to be a full-time member, but if he knew how much BS was involved, he actually wouldn't.
Well, I mean, we're as active now as we ever were in the sort of... Hang on, I've got to be careful about this.
That high, it was huge, and he set it on the table, gave us all spoons and forks, and went, manja, 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 hungry like the wolf.
Yeah, that was our introduction to Italy, can you imagine?
Well, what did we used to be? We used to be... Come on. I mean, it's funny, we were trying to figure out, we were like the 5 dwarfs, and there was Bumpy, Bunny... Me because I always talk, Bumpy because he always bounces. Andy was grumpy because he was always miserable, so that was good riddance.
Roger was sleepy because he was always sleepy.
And Nick was
bingo. I never knew.
You see how incredibly silly pop groups can get? Oh my God.
Do Duran Duran have a sense of the ridiculous, then?
Very much so, I would. Because it's a ridiculous world, isn't it? You have to have it. I mean, especially... I think when you dive around from one country to another and you see what makes Germans laugh and what makes California not a lot. And then,
Not very often either. Hey, careful guys. Raffinati molto. I testi hanno dei riferimenti letterari, sono molto colti. Gli arrangiamenti hanno sempre un'idea di tecnologia, però anche vintage. Sono dei fans di Bowie, sono dei fans di Roxy Music.
Powerful! Come on!
Definitely got the best sense of humour, that Clive James
They just hit
programme
people.
But that's not their
I
idea.
saw a show once where they got this man. It was on the Clive James thing, and they picked him up with a rope, covered him in paint.
and threw him at the wall.
Banged
I saw
him
that.
against the wall, and he had to sing while he was doing it.
Oh dear, how do I get back? Camera. I'm waiting.
No, you're not. We're
I'm waiting. Where is everyone? Yes, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's like that.
We need to go.
I know that. Complains all the time, this one. It's what happens when you get a tour manager.
Where are my ears? Apart from attached to the side of my head. Oh, it feels weird, that does. In the last sort of 2 years especially, it was all a terrible dream.
The tour that you're on at the moment reaches Birmingham this evening. You've already done Edinburgh, Manchester, Leeds. How's it going for you?
Great. Yeah, it's been the most successful British tour we've ever done, I think. The audience has been fantastic, and we haven't had much go wrong. It's been great.
Yeah, it's had nothing go wrong, in fact, yeah. Do you get this kind of screaming reaction in every city that you go to?
Sort of, yeah. It's sort of like a nervous disease. It follows us around everywhere.
It's like having the radio on after a while, now, you know, you get used to it.
If your house was on fire, assuming that your loved ones had already escaped, what would you be most concerned to save?
64 Cocteau paintings.
God, that's cruel.
That's how we take the piss out
The
of
telephone. The telephone.
Good answer, good answer.
Do you actually start to believe it at the end of the day? Do you find
it's all makeup, and we had our faces changed before we started anyway, so you were really ugly at the
Yeah, there's a time.
But I think I've got a spot here.
You're not going to squeeze it, are you?
No, I did yesterday.
I used to do these things like these festivals, like had them in Cricklewood. That's where you used to go to Cricklewood.
Mr. Suburbia.
Right. And my mum used to drive me up there, and I'd stand there and recite poetry or something on stage in front of this audience. And my biggest fear was being able to see my mother in the audience, because she'd be like this, trying to tell me, isn't he? Remember, don't forget. I'm going, ah!
Well, it's a very young profession, you know. I mean, we can't be doing this when we're 40. So when we're 40, we might have totally different ambitions to do. You know, as you said, we might want to be farmers or car salesmen or something.
Do you buy a car for this man?
The time like that.
You maybe refer, or some people may have referred to the chorus, which actually was too high, it was out of my range. That was a slight problem. But those were in the days when there were 5 people in the band, and if we wrote a song in E, it fucking well stayed in E, because no way am I going to try transporting my guitar down.
True. And the next one is easy. Much is true.
I was trying to figure out how I did that funny wobbly dance. I think it came. Do you know what I mean? It came with the trousers. Don't. I'm so glad. You got into the trousers. It was the only way you could walk. So we did it ourselves, and it looks great. Just as good as Horst. It's better than Horst Horst. It has to be said. Sorry, Horst.
But I don't know. Do you know what the lines are?
Yeah, I think it goes something like this. I'm not going to be absolutely.
Just paraphrase.
It goes. We were 15 miles outside Barstow when the drugs hit me. We were driving along, and all of a sudden the air was full of these black diving shapes, and a voice was screaming in my head, "Holy, what are these animals?"
And this is one of the reasons that you don't do drugs.
Well,
yeah,
because there was a time that you used to be able to remember it verbatim.
And now that I can't remember it, I don't do drugs.
That's it. As I go forward, you go back. Okay, hang on, we got to...
Hello, I'm Simon Le Bon, this is Nick Rhodes. We are collectively known as...
Arcadia.
Have you heard the news?
There's good.
Rocking!
Tonight.
Jolly good.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Simon. And the main thing I've got to tell you is that if you're watching Countdown, pretty soon you're going to watch the awards, right? And I want to wish everybody the best of luck for the awards, because that's what you always need. Especially us, yeah. He left. And just as I was about to leave the house and jump into the taxi after having locked up the house, I had the phone ringing. Let me get...
I'd like to talk to Nick.
Hello, Sophia.
Hello. And I want to ask you, what does your mum think of your makeup?
What does she think of it?
Yes.
Oh, I think she thinks it's just fine. She borrows it, actually.
Why don't you ask what I think of it?
Oh, what do you think of it then?
I think it's just fine. I borrow it all the time.
And it was Nick on the phone saying, no, you can't go on holiday.
Hello, Simon. Is that you?
Yes, it's me, Nick. Yes, it's me. What do you want? I'm just about to go on holiday.
No, don't go on holiday. Why don't you stay here and record a record, or let's write some songs or something. It's been a long time since we've written any songs.
Oh, come on, but I've had this holiday booked up for about 3 weeks now. You can't expect me to do that.
Well, book another one up in 6 months' time.
Look, I'll tell you what. If I come and do this album with you, do you promise you'll let me go on the boat race next year?
Well, I'm not promising, but there's a lot more chance if you do the record.
OK, you're wrong. We'll do the album. And that's exactly what happened, you see.
Really, from the video clips to what you look like and how you present
Well, I look like this. We do vary quite often.
What can we expect live?
Don't expect anything. Just wait and see what happens. That's the best thing, really.
Yeah.
Show the price first.
Free.
One for you, and we'll show them this one.
We've got this, which is really good, let me tell you.
We got this, which is pretty damn good indeed.
And these,
Quite
which
collectible.
nobody quite understands, but they're really good too.
Yeah.
And this is what the record company give away to people when they send our record out. This is what your favourite magazines get.
Yeah.
John and I were actually at a party for, I can't remember what it was in London, but anyway.
Made him no good.
Mr. Cubby Broccoli was there, and John and I had a little bit to drink, and John said, hey, you know who that is over there? That's Cubby Broccoli. You know what he does? I said, what's that, John? He said, he produces the James Bond films. I want to do the soundtrack to that. I said, OK, fine, fair. Go and tell him.
And he did.
So he did. This, yes. You wear these. These are T-shirts. And this is the same as this, and this is the same as this, and this is the same as this.
All right, get your drink. T-shirts, your Arcadia T-shirts out.
OK, we think it's definitely time to ask the question now.
Definitely.
So the question is this.
What do you most like to write a song about? I'm still into sexual perversity. I think that's what most pop songs, rock songs should be written about.
Except when people put microphones, shove microphones in my face. Hey, it makes me, I see this guy from E.T. just did it out there, and it made me feel really self-conscious and kind of like that, and I couldn't talk there. I couldn't get my diaphragm working at all. I kept leaning back thinking, oh my God, if I get back, I'll be able to breathe properly. But as I moved back, he pushed it closer towards me.
Duran Duran videos were always the fun ones to present because they were just so outrageous. I mean, you obviously bummed tours to Rio or wherever else, you know, just to go and shoot the video.
Holidays.
Exactly.
Out of video budgets. Exactly. It was the other way round, actually. They used to bum videos off us when we actually used to take holidays together, you know, like the Beatles. You know? And they'd call us up and say, lads, stay an extra couple of days. We've got a film crew coming over.
Right. I think I believe it.
It's called the Video Shack in New York City. And they had to have mounted police to control the crowds because there were so many people there, so crazy.
All I remember is all these faces pressed up against the window. They seemed really high because they were all on top of each other's shoulders. And it got so bad that they closed off Times Square. We were stuck in there for hours. We couldn't get out.
You find them in places occasionally. I mean, I found them in closets. We found them
We found them underneath tables in dressing rooms.
I opened my front door just to get some air, and there's like 15 kids out there.
They're all outside your house, and there's certain rules and kind of, rules in operation, like outside my own house. I don't sign autographs, I don't take photographs, and they can only touch me below waist level.
Anything you want to talk about, John, as a peasant?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In 1978, you founded a band which today is a legend. After 37 years...
I love interviews like this.
That's horrendous. Hola, soy John Taylor. I'll try again. Hola, soy John Taylor y les mando un saludo a mis amigos de Mexico. De Mexico, right? Fucking Mexico, isn't it?
How come you choose Rhodes as your surname, a name of a Greek island?
Do you know, mostly because I didn't think Kos worked as well.
Okay.
On the 16th of August.
Yeah, 1st of July, actually.
It was the 16th of something. Must have been July.
And we made the tickets. They printed the tickets already for the gig.
They printed the tickets, and I thought,
But the set list was missing.
exactly.
Didn't have any songs.
We had so much work to do.
In some ways, we still think of albums like that. It's probably more like a CD, actually, where it's a journey and we think of what track goes into the next track. I know most people listen on shuffle or they just take a track now, but still for us, it's about producing a body of work that all fits together.
And it's da-dub, da-dub. Once again, Doctors of the Revolution, da-da-da-da, da-da. Yasmin, get the recorder, hit the tape recorder.
Immaculately, and that's why we've spent the last 2 years doing this and nuancing every small element of the lyrics and the sounds on the album. It's very important to us that we're happy with everything. It always has been, and at this point...
Still, like Roger was saying yesterday when he's playing the song, and we're trying to get a fill that Steve had done, and Roger, you said this is one of those traps that Steve Ferroni set for me. You know, it's like he knew that sooner or later Roger would be back.
You were going to come back.
And he'd be like, let's see him play this.
We as radio lovers think that radio finally killed the video star. Do you agree with that?
I don't think anyone had to die in the battle between video and radio and TV and the internet. There's a lot of room for every format.
And you can see our latest video.
Right, next week.
I'll have to say right here.
No,
I'll have to say right here. Our latest video right here. And then you say, on right
next
here.
week on Right Night Track. No, I want to still do...
Okay,
yeah,
all right,
so I'll get that right. You just go, latest video skin trade.
All right. Hi, we're Duran Duran, and you can see our latest video, Skin Trade,
next week, right here on Night Tracks.
I can't say fairer than that.
No,
Can
can
I?
Alfred Hitchcock style thing. It'll be a little more suited to have a more debonair air. Can I say that? Debonair air?
We'd probably finish a show 20 years ago and just head straight for the bar and try and pull as many birds as we could and take as many substances as we possibly could in the shortest amount of time possible, and then stay up all night trying to recapture the energy.
We were wondering where you were the other night. I'm sorry, you can't film John. John, as you can see, has not signed the contract.
It's very important.
Do you understand that? Okay.
Oh, get this. I'd asked for West Point military uniforms for that. Like officer and a gentleman, what did we get? King Napoleon Bonaparte.
It's that the show's the most important part of the day, actually. That being on and performing is the greatest buzz you'll ever have. Mm-hmm. And there's no point trying to kind of to hold on to it. You just got to go home and take it easy until the next day when you can get back on stage again.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all feel the same way? Yeah, what's that? You're laughing about it.
I just remembered 3 nights ago. There's nothing like it describes it.
Are you remembering for him or are you remembering for you?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
You're terribly good looking. How come you're still single?
I can't stand it.
I can, I'm enjoying it.
Well,
It's disgusting. You should, I mean, some lady should have snapped you up by now.
No, I think, we've got plenty of time for those kind of things. Later on.
The things you like it.
Simon has not had the greatest luck with water. For people that don't know the history...
We're not staying at that hotel this time.
Oh, you're not there.
Is he really shy, or is he just because he doesn't get a word in edgeways?
I'm not actually...
Roger doesn't like talking, he's very shy. Television. Scissors? Anyone got any scissors? This video is in fact completely about haircuts.
You were filming a video and you're on a windmill and it didn't really stop with your head underwater.
That's
And
right.
that you almost drowned.
Exactly
Okay,
right.
so that's the
No
story.
danger whatsoever.
Although what?
Well, you can stop it now on DVD, of course.
Oh, well, that's sort of funny, actually, isn't it?
Freeze frame.
So what's the
He's
weird...
told that joke so many times that he never thought it was that funny.
I think it's really funny, though.
Did you the first time?
To John, here you like playing heavy metal guitar in private, is that true?
He's a headbanger.
Hold on a moment, I'll just play a quick lick. No, not really.
No.
Rubbish.
What did you wear when you showed up for the Duran Duran audition? Or do you know, Nick, were you guys... Who was there? When
I was
Simon...
there. Yeah,
okay, what was he wearing?
Well,
I think it was a skin-tight pair of leopard skin pants, I think.
Were they hot pink?
They were pink.
Yeah, they were pink.
They're kind of dark, sort of
That is
faded
true.
sort of pink, actually.
Yeah, they were faded.
They faded. They were actually originally the same colour as your top.
Oh,
But that,
yeah,
that's
originally maroon.
that was
Originally, and then they
fashionable,
blew
then.
off.
That
He was studying drama at the time.
Right, this is John's first attempt at driving as well, I believe. He knocked over 3 barrow loads of melon.
Well, we're Duran Duran, and we'd like to say Happy Christmas.
And so as not to offend those who have different religions, we would like to say Happy Hanukkah.
Have yourselves a good time. All the time.
Bougie.
You gotta do it one more time, though.
Yeah, no. Let's not say about offending people. Let's just say everything.
And we've also got the hottest band from England this year, Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah, who sells so many records they make us feel sick. You probably saw them on MTV New Year's Eve. Had quite a good laugh. In fact, you missed quite a good party night that night. You don't know, enjoyed that one.
Well, I was at home.
Oh yeah, you were at home, weren't you?
Yeah, taking it easy.
Anyway, we're going to get on now.
Okay, here we go. Anytime you're ready. We're Duran Duran, and we'd just like to say Happy Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Have a good time.
Have a good Chinese New Year.
Get on down. Okay, do one more.
It was ZZ Top with legs. What's the matter?
I can't watch those things.
Why?
I just can't watch those things. I've got to go to the bathroom.
I've been worried about him for years, you know, there's something strange.
You promised me no Springsteen.
Get out of here. Anyway.
You promised.
After this commercial, we're going to have Bruce Springsteen.
Wake
up to MTV.
You want to scream it this time?
No.
You know what it is? The Wake Up Show is my show, actually, guys.
Oh, is it really? Then we'll do that one
Wake Up
again.
with Julie Brown.
Yes, wake up next to Julie Brown.
Wake Up with
Julie Brown.
Why we decided to call it the Power Station. The music is a sort of kind of funny mixture between chic and heavy metal, and I think it's going to introduce. I'm not quite sure what it's going to do to people, but hopefully it's going to sell records.
3 to wake up again with Julie Brown. 3, 2.
Wake up with Julie Brown.
No, there you were thinking it was the Lone Ranger, but no, it's not. I'm John Taylor from Duran Duran, halfway through our guest VJ spot on MTV, and we're having a ball.
This is the MTV Top 20 Video Countdown. And in a few minutes, you'll find out what's happening in the British Top 10, which isn't a lot.
And you're very right, it's terrible.
I know.
Ready? 3, 2. Coming up on Now Hear This, a new video. All she wants is.
I know what she wants.
Me too. Where can we do it back?
Okay, give you one. The flosser. We're not going to smile anyway. Don't worry about it.
Is the old adage, you know, that you meet the people on the way down, the same way that the, you know what I'm saying, that adage? Is it still there? You have to be from America.
Meet the same people on the way down as you do on the way up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but all those people that were kicking us on the way down, you know, this time on the way up, we're going to meet them again.
Speedy up, Can you speed up?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Is anyone ready?
Yeah, I think John's ready.
No, I'm not ready.
No, he's not ready.
I'm not. I'm waiting.
No one's ready.
You ready? Not going anywhere without my lipstick. You're ready?
I have a big news today. You're half Greek and half Italian.
No, I'm a quarter Greek, and a quarter Sicilian, and half Napolitan.
And for our competition, you have to guess which quarter is Greek.
Let me ask you guys something. The song "Hungry Like a Wolf." What's the story behind it? What does it mean?
Oh, it's about you know, finding somebody who really brings out the animal in you. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
For me, it had to be the original 5.
Okay.
Really, to make the thing work again. You know, if it was 4, if it was 3, it just wasn't going to work. You know, Andy had to be in there. John had to be back in there. And that was it for me. It had to be the original guy.
It had to be the original.
It's very uncompromising now, Roger. You know.
Is
Oh,
it?
yeah, I'm a stubborn character.
You're kind of slave driver.
Taurus.
He's a Taurus. Taurus,
Yeah.
Gemini, is that right?
Yeah. Gemini. I don't know. I think my mum's really nervous. You've been nervous for days. Oh, you're going to be all right. Oh.
I remember interviews with you, and you were adamant. You were against Reunited.
Right.
You were cracking jokes. Seriously, you was like,
that down, right? I didn't know that.
Like,
I wouldn't have come back if I knew that.
Encores, or it would be like getting into bed with the wife, just divorce.
Shit, I haven't done that yet.
There's time.
There's time.
As John always said, between the 5 of us, we make up one really good person.
Oh, I feel quite small.
You are.
So
Is that the first time you felt that? But you've got a lovely wig.
But it's not a wig.
I know.
70 million plus record sales.
Is that 60 something? I think it's going up. It's going up by the year.
70,
no, it is 70.
He meant 80. He meant 80. 90, we think, actually, possibly.
But you know, the presenters are so much more well-behaved than they used to be.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, God. I mean, a few years ago, you'd have had your kid off. You'd be, I mean, at this stage in the game,
You'd have had your wig off.
Early on in the evening, okay? You wait.
Completely wrong.
Yes.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll leave my wig backstage and I'll come and I'll show you who's boss.
Okay.
Let's see.
Excellent.
Challenge. See if I can out-party Simon Bon. All right.
I think you will.
Don't do it, darling.
Why have you all got back together? And who was scared?
When it was quite dangerous for Andy got thrown overboard. And Andy got thrown overboard at the end of the video.
Jellyfish like this. Big Caribbean jellyfish things, that. And he thought it would be a good laugh.
Have I ever apologised to you for that?
Go on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know there were jellyfish in there. I just thought it would make a nice end to the...
I had a Japanese fan in the wardrobe once.
Yeah. On the what?
In the wardrobe
Was
when
it
I
good?
entered my room. And it was great. I opened the door and she came out. She went, "Oh, not John Taylor's room."
It was horrible. It was the worst concert we've ever played.
Why?
Because
football pitch?
Yeah, because there was a political argument going on in the town at the time. And the concert was called it was on and it was off and it was on and it was off. And then they agreed to have the concert, but they said no public on the field. And all the public was way back in the stadium.
And
But what they did was they let all the police onto the field. I never forget it. And right in front of us, all the police with their guns, and their girlfriends. And the girlfriends are getting more and more excited, and the police are getting more and more agitated. And it was raining and raining. It was really.
Good luck having a conversation here. Oh, man.
We have Nick Rose and Simon Le Bon. Oh, that's brilliant. It was that one. Oh, good. It was a masterful recovery when the microphone shot off. Have you had any problems like that before?
All the time, yeah.
Check that out. They got big ones with a hole in the top corner, you know? Yes.
Who was the wild one when you were wild?
I think we should ask the audience,
Did you have something to do with it? A little bit. Yeah. Just say anytime you want, Simon. At any point, you know. And we'd like to hear it to the over there as well, please. This whole show is going to be... It's going to be like Morse code or something.
What craft are we talking about?
77-foot racing maxi.
Yeah.
And we're there
this is a sailboat.
That's right, yeah. We're there to win the race. And good luck, thank you very much.
And what do you do on the boat?
Me, I'll be doing... He's really slow tonight, isn't he? I'm going to be doing the washing up and things like that, you know.
Really? Have you been sailing long?
I've been washing up for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on the road since October. We've played... Let's head for October! Yeah! October! Yeah!
Pseudo echo with listening, and we're in the Holden Pavilion about to rehearse.
Bad start rehearsing. You tuned up now, aren't you? Yeah, that sounds about normal. Yeah.
Oh, he's got interest.
Yeah. What was your first job?
You were a troop surgeon or something.
Jobs. My first job. Well, actually, the first job was milkman's assistant.
Oh, thanks, Warren. Professional.
Milkman's assistant. And then I did this job.
What, delivering milk?
Yes, exactly. And then I did this job where you tear up. It was for a printing company. They printed all these issues that were wrong. They had the wrong binding on, so I had to tear the books out of the bindings. And I did that for 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
What?
Weird.
Anarchist. Anarchist. A book tear up. And then I did.
Put out my wallet. There we are.
And then I did...
No, just your first job's all right.
And then, oh, really?
I don't want all your career.
But I'm quite interested.
No,
I mean, I'm sure you at home are as well, actually. I was a tree surgeon, and I did...
hospital porter.
And I've something, you know...
Project range.
Exaggerate that sometimes and pretend I was a morgue attendant, which I really wasn't.
So there you go. Third week at #1 for that Rasta Rabbi Buddhist Lizard Boy Georgian Culture Club with Karma Chameleon.
Very nice.
Bring that vibe with us, man. Stop! Hey! You have to put up with this every week.
Every night. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Let me ask you about the CD here.
Let's get on with it.
It's his show.
You've changed the old hairstyle. This is going to mean murder, isn't it? Everybody in the world's going to change the hairstyle again.
Even you?
Well.
Thank you, fellas. Is it a bald spot? Bloody hell.
Please.
Everyone just pan around.
Please, men.
How we're finding it with Duran Duran being in Australia for so long that Americans are saying that Australian group from having a wonderful hit with
from Birmingham, New South Wales.
Dead set.
Right from the very beginning, we came up with the partnership idea because it keeps everybody in the band involved and interested in the process right from the very beginning, doesn't it, John?
Yes, absolutely. Is that right, Mr. Blom?
Yeah. Mr. Blom. Bomb. Yeah.
Excuse me, aren't you?
Bon, Simon, Le Bon.
Still got it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Place to go, things to do all the time. It's not a easy job.
But it's not bad.
But it's for him.
John Taylor, y les mando un saludo a mis amigos de México. That one bad. Hi, this is John Taylor. Yeah, it's alright, I got it. Thanks. Nos vemos on...
It's okay if it's still...
Hi, this is John Taylor. Nos vemos on Mexico. Oh, shit.
Well, I can tell you what Notorious is about.
Yeah,
that was about being hounded by the press. Maybe camped outside our houses, and you know, if you had a new girlfriend, they'd take photographs of a finger to see if there's an engagement ring on there, with telephoto lenses through the bushes and all that kind of thing. Yeah, and it kind of got a bit much, and we just wanted to go. And we did.
That we had that success, and I'm so glad that it was us who had it, by the way.
You know,
rather than anybody else, you know.
And, we'd have been the big fancy yacht if you hadn't.
Yeah.
Tennis players have got split on my finger.
Yeah, I've got one as well.
And Andy's got one now.
Actually, hold that. I've got two. I'll show you the other one.
Who's got the worst wounds?
Oh, you've got the worst wound, but I've got another one there as well.
That's a nasty one.
Duran Duran in Phoenix.
Oh, dear me. God damn it.
No cameras. No cameras. What is this? Hey, what's security? Come on. What is this?
Or giving the award for the best female video of 1984. Does anybody know the difference between male and female videos?
Actually, I always thought the difference between male and female videos were that the male videos had more females in them than the female videos.
It's something like that. My wife said something to me this morning. She said, Simon, unlike a puppy or marriage, a band is for life, not Christmas. We spent an amazing life together, and I think we should have an award just for being able to put up with each other for 30 years.
Yeah, this is it, actually.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's what I meant.
I was lucky enough to interview Nile Rodgers once, and he's the kind of guy, I would say effervescent type guy, that you'd want on a really long cargo trip if your morale was flagging a little bit. He's the nicest guy in the
I know
world.
a couple of people have been stuck on a flight next to him, actually.
I mean, he's had enough of him by the end.
Well, you know, the thing with Niall...
Accessories. Clip on tie.
Yes.
God, we're going to accessorise like you've never seen with it.
Nick, please let me carry this.
Maybe I've got an idea.
Okay.
This is my favourite thing in the store, and this is coming with me to the changing room, and that's that.
How Niall can talk forever.
Oh, can he?
Actually can talk forever. The only thing that stops him talking is actually when he picks up his guitar.
Yeah. Oh, right, just hand it to him sometimes.
He's not exactly a multitasker.
How do I look?
This is pretty amazing, actually. I love this outfit.
America, it's me.
This morning, when the alarm went at 5:30, this store...
What is it? 5:30 getting up these
I didn't
days.
say I was asleep. The alarm went.
We've got some bondage gear here for tying up your mother and...
Yes, what's the question? I'll move swiftly on from that. What's the question?
We've got a question for you, yes. The question is, to win all these wonderful prizes from Duran Duran, is where was the video made? Was it A, Paris? No, Tokyo. No, A, Tokyo. A, Tokyo. Was it
Yeah,
A,
Tokyo.
Was it B, Mongolia? Or C, St. John's Wood? And why?
In my hotel room, I carry like all this stuff that I decorate my room with. I have strobe lights, lasers, my CD player with the laser plugs in so the music goes with the laser, and I have psychedelic posters and incense and stuff. So the club that I have in my suitcase, I brought down to the BBC, and we decorated the dressing room there.
Oh my God.
Oh, I like it.
I love it.
I love it. It's nice. It's great.
I've got Turn around, let's see.
I've always wanted to be. It's nice at the back.
Oh, it's backwards.
And it shows your little beauty mark.
No.
Well, they feel kind of nice, you know.
In Tucson, I became a nudist, and that was in the hotel there in Tucson, the DoubleTree. And but no one else takes their clothes off. I'm like the only one, you know. We did have a few underwear parties on the road, and we do get people down to their underwear. We even had neighbors coming in from next door. But like, it's not like a cult or anything. It's just something I believe in, that, you know, take off your clothes. It's just, you know, that's the way you're born. That's the way you're gonna die, you know. And I like being nude.
We've been doing it around the world, and it's just been getting more and more intense as it's gone on. And it's like, well, how far do you take it? And so, you know, Warren started to take it quite a long way. And he is the il patrone. He's the patron. He welcomes everybody, you know, welcomes privacy. And he's taken to doing it naked now. So, and it just kind of grew from there.
So, are you keen on
and he did it in the top of the pub's dressing room the other day. It was most embarrassing. I mean, when Tom Jones walked in, I didn't know what to say.
I have a plane to catch, so let's zip and dash.
Okay. Grab your bag, girls. Well, I think that was just one fabulous morning shopping spent.
All I have to say is zip and dash.
Backing singers doing their bits behind the screen there. Just whose idea was that?
Nick's. We knew that from the Notorious video, where we used screens and back projections, we knew we wanted to do that on this tour. So we got the screen in, and then we decided what number we were going to do it for, and then it kind of evolved into a striptease, really.
We must be rocking for the skin train. One moment that brought the virtual entire audience as it stands here today to a halt was the stripping behind the screen. Whose idea was that? Do you have a lot of say in that?
No say whatsoever.
The
but
3Ds have decided.
They approached us at rehearsals and they said, now you do know that we're going to have you stripping behind a large screen.
We were out there. And it was summer, so we had the doors open, and there's a knock on the door, and there's a knock on the door, and this lady was standing there and saying, listen, guys, we live a couple of doors down, and we're out there sunbathing. Do you think you could play a different song? Because we're getting a little bit bored with this one.
This was shot a frame at a time, this video. And because I knew these are actually dummies of us that had to be made. And to go through this, I had this idea because he can move things a frame at a time. It'd be much easier that we weren't there to actually do this.
Nick often comes up with labour-saving ideas.
Well, what happened?
We had to... Oh, yes, let's have dummies in the video instead of us.
Very excited. So the album is in stores yesterday.
That's right. It's going out of stores.
It's going out. Yeah. I was in a band called Dog Days.
Dog Days?
Yes.
Dog Days. Do you have any albums of it?
No. We played one show at Harrow Tech, and after we went off, the MC went on and said, "Thank you, dog bleep."
And that's it. Yeah. So no videos, no other, records or stuff like that. Was it covers? What you're doing? Or
no, we got our own stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Computer Commuter, Permissive Society, Only Room for Robots.
Wow.
Could you take these guys on? I mean, are you stronger than these guys?
We've never actually had a physical kind of...
No, we've broken through that one. When guys go...
Are you big Alien fans?
Big Alien fans?
Yeah.
We wish aliens would land in our backyard, actually.
That's all right. And what would you like them to do to you?
You're talking about, I've got 3 little aliens.
See what instruments they play.
Exactly.
3 little aliens popped out of my wife,
Oh, yeah, I like those.
It sort of starts to bring the energy of the show down, so those are always the harder ones to place.
And I think our audience likes to have, our audience wants a high energy show.
Yeah.
They're not ready. They're not old enough for a mid-tempo to a low-tempo. It's true. They don't want to be.
Finally, why do all British rock groups seem gay? I know why. Because we all got one of these stuck down on the back of our trousers.
That is correct, right there. 5 out of 5.
Okay, enough of that one. Thank you.
Sort of. Well, no.
Thanks, Simon.
Just good fun.
Thank you. All right. I think they want you on the set.
That means you got to wind it up.
Hi, this is John Taylor. Nos vemos on Mexico 86. Boom. I don't think we saw too many records there.